the presumption of innocence comes from our Constitution. We are all presumed innocent when we walk into a courtroom. We do not have to prove our innocence. The government has to prove our guilt. And one of the things that you see that goes hand in hand with the presumption of innocence is your Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate yourself. In other countries, if you go to trial, you can be forced to testify against yourself. You never can be forced to testify against yourself in a courtroom in this country. That always remains your choice. A jury is not to make any implication by your failure to take the stand. So to me, it's kind of the bedrock of our criminal justice system because we have the right. To me, the presumption of innocence means I have the right to protect myself. I have the right to say, I'm not going to disclose this information to you. And therefore, government, if you want to prove me guilty of a crime, you must go out and get that evidence. I'm not required to give that evidence to you.
I kind of look at it on a flip side too. When I walk in a courtroom, I'm not naive. All the participants in the courtroom presume my client guilty. And only by taking an oath and looking everyone in the eye and saying, I will play this game by the rule book, the Constitution, will it work. If I'm right and everybody is presumed guilty, then we have a very uphill battle, don't we? And I believe we do. And this presumption of innocence is more something to talk about than most of us are willing to believe and make happen. And I think just the fact that you've been to the jail and then you're in that courtroom brings a kind of a cloud over your head. So while we lawyers argue about it and we teachers teach about it, it really takes the individual citizen's integrity to make this system really what it was intended to be and what it really is.
And I think, Bill, that really ties into jury selection to me because, and Bill is really the most effective lawyer I've ever seen, and I'm not just saying this because I'm sitting by you, to educate a jury. During jury selection, you do a lot of things. One is you select a jury. Sometimes the jury selects you. But one thing that you can do very effectively, and I've seen Bill do it extremely effectively, is educate a jury about what does a presumption of innocence mean. We've all heard the phrase, but when you ask people what it means, they don't really understand it. So jury selection is a great opportunity to explain the presumption of innocence, and it's also a great opportunity to engage the jurors, to teach them, and to make them want to listen to what you have to say. I've seen lawyers get up and be very wooden and very stiff in the way they select juries, but the way my partner here usually does it is he uses it kind of as a civics lesson, and it engages the jury to say, wow, this presumption of innocence does really mean something. Now, how am I going to apply that presumption when I'm hearing all of this evidence?